Tim, hey, congratulations for Devil's Workshop.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm excited. Very excited.
I know another horror movie on notch on your belt. So,
Yeah,
tell,
seemingly becoming that guy, which I'm totally fine with.
so why were you attracted to this project this time around?
Yeah, the story is just so wild. It's kind of like a slow burn that turns into, a bomb, which is great. The tension, the character, obviously, I'm an actor, he's an actor, and the opportunity to work with Chris von Hoffmann for sure. Yeah, Chris is just such an intellectual guy, and it was fun being a part of it because of him.
Now, of course, the role for your character here is so meta in its own way. Did it make it easier as an actor to play an actor?
I think it's more complex than you realize because on paper you're like, oh yeah, sure, that's that stuff. And to a certain degree, yes, I could relate. But it's almost harder in the sense that you really have to evaluate what being an actor is, and then you're answering a lot of questions that you don't necessarily want to know the answers to. But it was humbling to kind of break down what it's like to be an actor at this age, especially. Yeah.
So why do you love doing movies in this genre? Because I know I love you in this last movie called Untitled Horror movie, which was terrific.
Oh, thank you. That was a blast. They're just fun. There's something raw about horror films, and like there's a huge horror film audience, but they are very niche at the same time. So it's like I think you're up against the odds when you make a horror film to make something that the genre people are going to believe in. So I think that's fun. And also they always get weird. Horror films are always weird, whether it's blood, gore, supernatural stuff. Like there's just something that's like going to make you a little uncomfortable, which I think it's good for all of us to live in that uncomfort just a little bit.
Absolutely, and obviously there's this uncomfort, finale that I don't want to reveal too much, but tell me your reaction to that very scene that what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I literally like burned through the script and got to that part, and those last 15 pages or whatever are just like so off the wall and intense that I just like threw the script on. I was like, oh, I lost for words, really. I knew I want to be part of it after reading that finale. I was like, oh, people are going to go nuts, hopefully. So
great. Now, tell us about acting with your counterpart, Radha, who is the demonologist in this film.
Yeah, Radha's great. She, obviously she's been in this industry for forever. She's worked. Denzel had the opportunity to work with Radha. Like she's just amazing and great. And when she like sinks into a character, she really goes for it. So she was out there, and it's fun because it makes it easier for me to react to someone like that. Radha's great. She's a true professional.
So she turned on that creepiness on and off like really, really easily.
Oh yeah. Because Radha is just like, she's such a free-spirited person. So it's like she would instantly kind of sink into that weird, creepy charm that she has. And I mean, then you put her in the wardrobe, and like the backdrop is this beautiful, eerie house. It's like it all was very real in the moment for sure. Yeah.
I was going to ask, was that house also creepy in its own way?
Yeah, it was. We shot in Mississippi, so a lot of the surrounding area was impacted by Katrina, and that house was like the original home that survived the storm. So, and then it was creepy by itself. Its bare bones were creepy, and then our set designer Craig Rose came in and made it just amazingly eerie and creepy. Yeah.
And I want to mention that you also worked with Emil
Yeah.
in a few scenes here, and he's hilarious. And I sometimes I don't even know how he does this stuff.
Yeah, Emil just commits. Like he came in and just committed, and you know, he was throwing out a bunch of his own ideas, and you're like, wait, are we talking about this? Like, are we talking about real stuff or like script stuff now? But Emile is, I mean, just off the wall, man. He was super fun to work with and react to in these scenes. Like the scene where we're in the, you know, theater class and we're just going back and forth. Like that was like Emile's just like poking and poking, you know, and so the reaction is pretty genuine.
That scene, in the actors class, how difficult was it? Were you trying not to laugh, or you guys were like, you know, we've done this before?
Yeah, no, it felt very close to home for sure. And that was actually my very last scene I shot in the entire film. Actually right after that, I was like, that day I was hopping on a plane to go fly to Peru. So that was such like a, it was such like a like cherry on the top of you know, the cake or whatever. What goes on top of the cake? Candles, cherry, something, cherry. Whatever goes on top. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a great last scene to shoot for sure.
Now, because of the fact that this character is going through extensive research for his role, what's the furthest extent of research that you ever taken for it?
Yeah, you know, I've done some pretty disturbing things on camera up until this point in my career, so I think my Google search history would be questionable to say the least. You just kind of got to go in. You can't really go in through your fingers. You got to watch straight up. So yeah, a lot of interesting research has gone into these roles and past roles for sure. That I don't know, maybe I'm twisted and messed up in my own way.
Well, Tim, let me wrap it up with one last question, because there's I want to say it's an Easter egg, but maybe it's not an Easter egg. But is that your actual headshot that they used in the film?
That's an old headshot, actually. It keeps coming up, no joke. That headshot will not leave. Like that was a bunch of years ago, but Chris was like, will you send me some headshots? I was like, sure. He's like, wait, no, never mind. I found one. And on the day I show up and it's that. And then I just did something else and they had printed off like a thing for my like ID or whatever that I was using. And it was that same headshot. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep it, you know, don't fix it if it's not broken. Yes. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, Tim, thank you very much for talking to us about the Devil's Workshop. Can't wait to speak to you again.
Of course. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.